Alright, alright, so good afternoon, everybody. 1:07 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, August 22nd, 2022. Chad Xavier Visions here, recording live from Duluth, GA. So, we're about to do a first episode in a new series. It's Live Trading with Chad. So, we'll have two series, live trading and demo trading. They'll both be the same. And so, like, if I'm only doing demo and don't have money on the live account, or don't have the live account in a trade, then I'll just be doing the demo for testing in between the trades on the live account and stuff, and in between when I have money on the accounts, if I happen to not have money on the account. But whether or not I have money on the account, I'll be using the demo, with or without. Like, that's the whole point. That's how you know you're getting better. When you get to the point to where it's like you're going to use the demo whether or not you have money on the live account. If you have money on the live account, you want to use the demo before you make a move. Make all your first moves on the demo so you can see how stupid it really was to do. And then you'll see, oh wow, it's not doing that. Really test what it is doing on the demo. And so we are looking at a certain indicator on the 1 minute chart, right? We have made a segment earlier today where we were talking about the indicators we use on the MetaTrader 4 or 5 app you download on your phone or laptop. So I have my tablet right here. This is my laptop, and I have my phone. So, and I have Wi-Fi right out here, so I can get ready to set everything up and start looking at the charts on other stuff, and then I'll be able to do a lot of other stuff. I'll be able to film videos on my tablet. I'm going to start doing that. Start doing some tablet videos. Figure out what I'm going to use that for. Do some tablet videos and stuff, and it's kind of wired like this. Here it is. If you wire like that, that's about right? That wire, that long or whatnot. So I'm looking at the charts for silver, right? XAGUSD. Shout out to Mr. Bryant. He has been consulting with me for stocks, like what times to get into trading, holding the actual stocks he wants to hold. He wants to hold Amazon and Apple. Might not have said Apple, but I know he said Amazon and Google. Might have said Apple too, though. And then I just suggested GameStop because I just looked at the chart yesterday, and because I had this new strategy, and it was like, okay, look up Wall Street bets. If you have the strategy, right, attack Wall Street bets by adding your analysis for what they are trading and holding. So look, Wall Street bets, I'm gonna be working with you all and looking at the list. So I chose GameStop. That was the first one. I said I want to know where GameStop's at and stuff. And here we go. It is crossed, but we want to wait. We're about to talk about what we see. Let's talk about what we see real quick. Okay, so here's what we see. Here's what we're gonna do for the Wall Street bets, crew. So I'm gonna rise to the top of Wall Street bets and have a leadership position, just as far as having a lot of clout within the community, because I'm an outsider. That community is real stush. So I'm just gonna, put this information out there, and then they'll eventually see it, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's calling it right and calling it what we're looking for. So he's calling it for us. So this, it's like it's about to go up, and we were waiting, but no, we're gonna hold this. So just gonna buy down. Once it crosses, you buy. Check the Williams R once the RVI crosses stuff. There we go. It's right at 100. It's right at 96. So that's good to 96 right there. It's just at 96. That's 96. So we're good to buy it for right now. So we're buying silver in the demo account. Shout out to Mr. Brian Crawford, because he's been consulting with me for stock picks, and he's been sending me money to trade and stuff, $15 at a time, 3-4 times, or $50 easy, or throwing 50, 75, easy. Like he looks out for me, and he'll call me and tell me he's ready to get into the stocks and tell me what stocks he wants to look at. I'm like, cool, thank you. Let's go check the charts, and we check the charts, and I show him what I see and tell him, yeah, you know. So when he called me a few weeks ago and told me he wanted to get into the stocks and what stocks he told me, I looked at them, saw they were buying, and I was like, maybe it might buy a little bit more, sell a little bit, and you can get a better price. I was like, just wait for this better price. Because I told him, shit, I was like, based on what the chart's saying, bro, it's buying right now. And it's going to keep buying to a certain point and then come down close to where it's at now, maybe a little bit lower. That might take some time, but if you want to wait that out, just wait for it to hit a certain point, then go down back to close to this point, and then you can get it again, or it might be lower at that time. So, but in between that time, because I was thinking, I was like, but you know it's gonna go up, and he's still gonna have made some money, but and he's just holding, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? But I was just really thinking like the best entry possible, but he could at least do a little something right there. All right, throw whatever you got right now, because they're all cost $100 something. So you're not going to be buying a bunch of shares at one time. You're going to be buying little pieces at a time. So buy a piece of each one now. Fuck it. They'll reach a certain point. Those will be in profit. When it does, they'll go down. You can close and sell those ones you just bought at that point and wait until they go down. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, so hold on. So just cross. Just cross. And then up in the middle and cross. So yeah, it's just like playing around. That's why you say you want to wait for it to hit under the shot. Hit across. I'm watching the RVI indicator on my MetaTrader chart. So the RVI stands for the Relative Vigor Index, and it's basically just like how strong is the price at that price. How strong is that price, the relative vigor? So I like it because it goes negative or positive. So if it's negative, it lets you know the RVI would be pulling down the RSI to under 30 and the stochastic to under 20. So that's what it is. Right now on the 1 minute, the stochastic is at 23 when it bottoms out at 20. And the Williams R percentage is at negative 81, and the RSI is at 34, and the RVI is crossed in the middle, and that cross in the middle is just spurted to start to appear to go down again. So that cross in the middle is like, you don't take that. Like it crossed at the bottom, then just went up to the middle, and then like from the middle it's like it's going down, but it crossed at the bottom. It's going to go up. And the stochastic is at 21, so that's making sense. You know, the stochastic bottoms out at 20. The RVI right now is crossed in the middle. It crossed at the bottom, so it's going to have to go up. But it hit the middle and crossed and did its little wobble. While it was doing that, that allowed the stochastic to get at 21, right? At 20, basically. And that would be a good time to buy the stochastic right now. So I'm going to buy the stochastic. Basically, the stochastic is bottomed out. We're going to buy the stochastic on the 1 minute only because it's bottomed out. Right now it's at 18, 19. You know, it's stochastic under 20, RSI at 43, 39. You know, at 43 and 39, between 39 and 44 right now. So the RVI has it's I don't know, I'm about to see. But the stochastic on the 1 minute is at 18 and the RVI is cross. So that's kind of what you were waiting for. Like we weren't just waiting for the RVI to be crossed. We're waiting for it to cross and for another indicator to be affected by the cross, whether it's the percentage R Williams R percentage being at negative 100 or being at 0. Like when the RVI is crossed, you want to wait until the percentage R Williams is either at 0 or 100, or you're looking for the stochastic to be under 20 or over 80, or even the RSI under 30 and over 70, because the RSI is the main one. Like this last time I was recording when it happened. This last time it did this, it was like the RVI had crossed at the top when the RSI was at the top over 70, but the stochastic wasn't at 80. It was like under that, maybe not even 60 or something. I don't know. So I was like, it's looking like, it's going to have to, whatever. But nah, the RVI crossed over. What indicators responding to it? The RSI. Boom. Got to take that. So right now, we are still selling. So it's looking like that's what I was saying. It was like we literally we're not going to respond to the RVI on the 1 minute when it crosses at the bottom or the top unless the RSI is over 70 or over or under 30. So that's how we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Gutter saying he just texted me. So the RVI, so now I get it, like don't all right, so when the RVI crosses at the top, when the RSI is at over 70 or maybe even the stochastic is over 80, you have to take that and sell that down and don't stop selling until the RVI crosses at the bottom when the RSI is under 30, or at least the stochastic is under 20. But you see right here, the stochastic was under 20, and it was still, trying to push it up. So all those crosses mean nothing. The only cross, that's what the crossover is. It's like, oh, I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I'm doing the jiggle step. And it's like no, he's not. That's why he's telling me what he's doing. He's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, right? Just wants you to just run, and then he's just going, hey, you know what I'm saying? He wants to go this way. So he's going to go this way. So you would go this way, and then you're over here, and now he's over there, and your coach is looking at you like, get on the bench, So, random numbers calling me. We don't pick up random numbers, You gotta text me, bitch. Better need it, right? So we're getting ready to do live trading with Chad, bro. Money's about to hit the account real soon. We had to send it through Cash App and Bitcoin, and that would take 6 confirmations, and we were on confirmation 3 the last time we checked. So if we look now, we could be on 4 or 5. It is 1:20 p.m. The silver market is going to close for 1 hour between the hours of 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern time. Then it's going to open back up at 6 p.m. and we'll be good to go. So now what we're doing is we are going to be selling nonstop until the 15 minutes. Like basically, we're going to be following the 15-minute fucking RVI, basically. 15-minute RSI is at 51. Stochastic is at 72. The percentage R is at negative 91. And the RVI has crossed at the top and is in the middle, diverged. So the lines are separate. When I say diverged, the lines are like this or like this, but they're not touching. Converged, they are touching. So the lines have been crossed at the top and now they are diverged. Heading down like that. That's how it looks on the chart. So like that, right? So still dropping. We are going to be selling down this 15-minute chart until the 15-minute chart RSI is under 30. When the 15-minute RSI is under 30 and the RVI crosses under the RSI of 30, then we are going to buy up. Until then, we are going to be selling down. So this 15-minute, that's how we're going to do it, right? Let's check the 5-minute really quickly. 5-minute RSI at 43, stochastic at 22, percentage R negative 91. The period for my percentage R is period 10. The stochastic It's the standard 9, 6, and 14 period. It's the 12, 26, and 9 period standard for the MACD. And the RSI is the standard 14, and the RVI is the standard 14. But I have inside of my first box with the percentage R, I have 2 extra RSIs, making it a triple RSI indicator. I have the RSI 2 period and the RSI 5 period, so I can really see what the push is doing. The RSI 2 will push first, then that will push into the 5, then we'll push into the 14, basically. So you wouldn't take the signal off of the 2. You would just see the 2 maxing out in the bottom or top direction as the push about to happen with the percentage R and the other RSI 5 and 14 and the stochastic. Or the stochastic and the RSI might already be pushed by then, or at least the stochastic or something, but there's going to be a push on something. Something's going to get ready to push. Something's not quite done yet. So this one is dropping. It's dropping. I put in buys. I put in a lot of buys on the demo. Don't do any buys. We are non-stop selling, my friend. We're non-stop selling. We're not doing any of the buys. We're only gonna keep selling when the lines are and the RVI is crossed at the top. Not worried about the RSI being over 70 because we're not buying. Not worried about the RSI being under 30 because we're not buying. When the RVI crossed, when the RSI was over 70, that's ended the last game, and that started the new game. So now this new game is still going. It's going to last all shit. So when the RVI crosses under in between this game and the next game, it's not really going to go up. The indicator is going to go up and indicate that price right there is its max. But it crossing at the bottom doesn't mean it's about to go all the way to the top. It will go to the top, but the price is not. The price is going to still be going down while that's going up because that's the new high. It's finally understanding how this stuff goes, right? So it's okay, here's how we're going to do this. So this is what we're doing here. It's we're not buying at all. It's not going to buy. It's only going to sell from a lower and lower point. That's all it's going to do. Once the RVI crosses, when the RSI is over 70, it starts the game where the rule is you only sell from the highest point. You don't buy at all because there is no buy. The buy does not exist. The buy is missed. The buy is an oasis. I'm cracking the code right now. We're about to make movies about this, sci-fi movies about this. I'm so, paranoid because I'm so gifted, I'm so young, and I'm so black, man. Real talk. Yesterday, I was hanging out here with my friend Ulysses, right? And a Spanish dude, right? So we're speaking Spanish. I'm using translator and stuff. He sees this magazine and stuff. He's all is that you? Is that you? Is that you? You know what I'm saying? He was like, is that you? He was like, is that you? He was like, is that you? And I was just laughing, wow, I look like him? He's the second person to tell me that. Real talk. That's a good sign. I could play him in a movie. I want to play him in a movie. My whole life, all I ever wanted to be was a historical figure. And whatever I have to do in life to become that in a positive way, I want to be a positive historical figure, not a serial killer, but an actual historical figure, somebody who did good things, not historically horrible person, not historically great things. I want to do historically positive things. Actions. I want to take historically positive actions. But you can't do things. You have to take actions. I want to do things. I want to take actions. What kind of actions do you want to take? What do you mean you want to do things? How you do a thing? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, is that you? Is that you? That's the common consensus now. It's starting to confuse me with Chadwick Boseman. Real talk. Real talk. And then I showed him the magazine. He was all like, oh, Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? It's a superhero. So it's if this dude played the first black superhero and they make a movie about him for playing the first black superhero and I play him in the movie, I'm automatically in the DC universe. I'm the first actor to play an actor who starred in one of their movies. So I'm automatically tied in because when it's time to make the movie, gonna have to wear the costume in the movie at some point. It's gonna be like that. There's no way they're gonna make a biopic about someone who appeared in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not include that part in the movie. when they make a movie about Samuel L. Jackson, they're gonna make sure they include the fact that he was in Star Wars and also in Nick Fury. Like, they're gonna make sure they show that part. Like, why not? Like, that's a major achievement, especially for like a black actor, right? Black artist, right? So that's gonna be really great. It's gonna be really great. But we're just watching this now, man. This is crazy. We get it now. It's not going up. It's only going lower and lower. Like, I been knew that it goes lower and lower, but to actually be able to point it out when the indicator's like, okay, the RBI is going to cross from the bottom and the top, but if the